sit down and you think about what is the objective for a speech, it's kind of odd when I thought about my objective, which is make one of you to go home tonight, lay on your pillow, and absolutely sob. And I don't mean just a kind of a little sniffle, a half a box of Kleenex. I mean, what the hell am I going to do now kind of cry. Why? Because if I can get to that point with at least one of you, I will have connected. I will have convinced you that part of what you need to do is to think about your career as your job. Getting a job is your job, not anybody else's. Now, it's part of really what's going on in the world today to be kind of cool about a mission. And people are on a mission, a personal mission. Companies talk about being purpose-built, and they talk about being all about not just making money, but doing something different in the world. And you're on a mission. You're on a mission to build a career, to do good in the world, and to change the world. And I've had a lot of experience where I'm with companies that are extraordinarily transactional and companies that are purpose-built or mission-driven. And I can tell you it is much better off when those two things are in alignment. The kind of power and the value creation that is unlocked when those two things are aligned is extraordinary. Now, the Harris poll said in 2014 that 14% of people, 14, have the perfect job. 50% of people want a different career. Half of all people that are working today want a different job. Now, that's absolutely unbelievable. So let me tell you a little story about myself. I was doing great. I had spent all of my time in brand management marketing for great companies, Procter & Gamble, Walt Disney, Coca-Cola, et cetera, et cetera. And I walked into my boss's office one day, and he said, "You know what? You're doing great. But do you really want to be here?" And I'm thinking, well, shit, until the last couple of minutes, absolutely I wanted to be here. So what exactly are you saying? Well, we're letting you go. And I'm like, I called my wife and I said, I think that means I was fired. She goes, yes, it did. And yes, you are. Get home right now. So I drive home and I think, what the heck? I'll just go ahead and I'll reach into my vast network of individuals and they will help me get a job. I will send out some emails. I got 2 months of severance. I'll have a job in 2 weeks and things will be happy-go-lucky. Well, guess what? Literally, nobody called me back. Nobody cares about your career. Not my mom, not my professor, not my sister, literally, barely my best friend. I was the best man at his wedding. Seriously? A couple emails? So you got to wrap your mind around the fact that nobody cares about what you're going to do in your life. They all have their own mortgages. They're going to pay those, not yours. Nobody cares about your dreams. Nobody cares about your potential. That's why you're going home tonight and crying on that freaking pillow. I don't even care. And I do this a lot. A guy called me a couple weeks ago. He had gotten let go, right? Dude, you got fired. So stop talking to me about how great it's going to be that you got fired. It's not. It's really bad. You're going to cry. It's horrible. It is absolutely devastating. Deal with it. And I'm going to help him next week. And I'm going to help him the week after that. And you know what? If he doesn't start doing what I ask him to do, and if he doesn't take control of what he's going to do next, I don't care, right? At some point in time, it's up to you. This is hilarious. We're going to hire you. We're going to have a personnel review. You're going to have career counseling and coaching. We're going to talk all about your skills and your potential, and it's going to be awesome. They don't give a crap. They really don't. What are they there for? They're there to make money. If you want to say it nicely, they're there to create value, blah, 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 blah. They don't give a crap about your career. Only you do. Hope the heck this doesn't go back to my employer. It is all up to you. Only you know your strengths. Only you know what your personal mission is, what drives you, what gets you up in the morning. And the second that you wrap your mind around that idea, you are infinitely better off. You may cry tonight on that pillow, and the pillow might be wet in the morning, but you will wake up going, I am going to kick this world's ass. And that's really important. Lady Macbeth, I don't think she was talking about jobs. I'm fairly sure that Shakespeare didn't have any kind of unemployment rate, but it is time to screw your courage to its sticking place. Right? It's a great quote. Even then, still works. So I want you to take a breath. It's going to be okay. What I want you to think about doing first is to answer the question for anybody in the room, from 20 to 50, what do you want to be when you grow up? It simply blows my mind that I have a number of people that I have asked this, hundreds of people over the years, and I've asked them the question, what do you want to be when you grow up? Or I ask them the question, what's the project that you're working on? When is that going to be done? And they will tell me they're going to go from A to B to E and to Z. And they'll do that in about 12 minutes. And I say, wait. I asked you the question, what you wanted to be when you grow up, and they give me back a bunch of gobbledygook crap. Do it. Go tomorrow and ask your friend, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I'm not talking 20 years. I'm just talking 2 or 3 years out. What is it that you want to do? What is going to be your passion? And it will amaze you the level of very smart people will come back to you with virtually nothing. So I ask you tonight, what do you want to be when you grow up? Now, how are we going to do that? We're going to create, in a couple of minutes here, some tools about how to craft your personal story. Because again, it's very hard and very complex, but once you spend some time doing it, it will become like an elevator speech. It'll become the thing that you say a lot of times. And the truth, finding your truth in that, is really what creates project going forward, energy going forward. And all of us have unique value. We all come to the table with very different skills, very different thinking styles. And it's those thinking styles, the diversity of thinking styles, and the uniqueness of individuals that are most important to how the world works today. So, what makes you different, better, and special? What makes you different, unique in the world, better? What do you bring to the table? And how does that craft it in a way that is special? First of all, 5 unique skills. I do not want 10 things that you're great at. What I want are 5 things that you think you own. And these are things that people have been telling you all your life, from the time that you were 4 years old to now, either in personnel reviews, in conversations. Man, you are a great leader. I love the way you write. Your communication skills are off the hook. Write those things down. Just 5. Just 5 that are for you. Next, there are 4 core values that you have. They are like icebergs. They are how you get up in the world and navigate the world. You have them from the time that you are little to the time that you die. Your skills might change. Your values do not. Things like integrity, honesty, geography, money, safety. Where do you want to live? The values, think about this, the values of a guy that works on Wall Street in arbitrage are very different than the values of somebody that's in the Peace Corps. I make no judgment on that at all, but they're different, right? They feel very different. So should yours. And then lastly, what is your one true passion? And I don't care if it's cooking, if it's canoeing, if it's skydiving, or if it's accounting. But there is a passion. You have a passion. It is the thing that you most want to do. And I'm not suggesting that the first job that you have is going to be your passion fulfiller. It might be the third job. But at least have that written down. And once you have 5 skills, 4 values, and 1 passion, simply create a paragraph. Write 3 or 4 sentences of the summary of what that is. And that becomes your personal narrative. It becomes your personal mission. So when somebody asks you, what do you want to be when you grow up? That's how you answer. What your LinkedIn page looks like is a manifestation of that paragraph. What your social media starts to communicate is that paragraph. What your resume starts to talk about is that paragraph. It is the rudder by which you guide your career and essentially your life. Whether we like it or not, much of our self-esteem comes from the work that we do. So having a strategy, having a rudder, being able to tell people what it is you want to be when you grow up will make a difference. It will allow you to be more. It will allow you to find your truth. It will allow you to tell your story in relevant, salient, consistent ways that make a difference and lock into people's brains that matter. It'll allow you to be what I think are happier in your life. Because somebody cares. Somebody cares about your personal life. Somebody cares about you being happy in your career. Somebody cares about personal fulfillment and how you navigate the world. And that somebody is you. Thanks a lot.
So, hi.
You're back.
We're back.
That was great.
Thank you.